And welcome to Anybody's Game podcast, Seinfeld's a podcast about nothing. And here is the George Costanza of our podcast, JJ.
Hello.
Because he's cheap. And, Jews are cheap. That was a bit Jeff Kennett of me.
Yes.
Stereotyping people completely.
Yeah, some would say it's because of my very large nose and sometimes have a very nasally voice as well. But you know what? That's enough of the racism today. Unlike Jeff Kennett.
Yes, yeah. Who weirdly enough made the comment that the reason the security guards were so heavy-handed was that they didn't understand the game because they were new arrivals. And then when he was asked about it the next day, didn't back down for the comments until Gil at his press conference said that he had spoken to Jeff and Jeff had apologised and then Jeff apologised. So who's the puppet there?
So I'd like to know if he actually apologised or Gil McLaughlin said he apologised and then
he apologised.
Kenneth's like, oh, I apologise. Well, I guess I better apologise. Imagine if he didn't say that and he's like, it comes out, it's like, no, Gil's wrong. I'm not apologising.
I was half expecting that. There's been some outspoken presidents that would actually stick by some of that stuff.
Those guys fresh off the boat don't know what's going on. I'm Jeff Kennett and I do.
Yeah. We'll talk about Gil. Gil thinks we're stupid.
Yep.
Because there was clearly more security. There was clearly a security beef up, and Gil came out and suggested that there hadn't been a security beef up. That the security was exactly as it was. Like we don't have fucking eyes and can notice fucking security.
For those not entirely familiar with the situation at the moment, basically there's been a very noticeable increase in security presence at AFL games, which has caused a lot of people to start feeling uncomfortable because they're being kicked out for things that they normally would have been doing, such as breathing.
Yes, farting in the wrong direction is one.
Yeah, so, a lot of people were very uncomfortable. The things are starting to seem heavy-handed, and they've brought in some specialists to take care of
the behavioural awareness officers.
Yeah, so the behavioural awareness officers are definitely a predecessor to what is known as the thought police.
Yes.
And we're definitely knowing that Gil McLaughlin is a big fan of probably using analytics and AI and
he's
microchipping the supporters.
Yeah, he's got George Orwell's 1984 in a cabinet in his office, and he reads it all the time. It's like, these are wonderful ideas. Behavioural awareness officers, Jesus.
Yeah.
But apparently they're going to be gone. They're scrapped.
Yep.
There's no more.
So now they're just known as security.
Yeah, fuck. I think that's. I mean, what's unfortunate is that the Carlton Dogs game on Saturday night was one of the games of the season.
Was it?
Well, the Western Bulldogs led by 6 goals, and Carlton came roaring back just before three-quarter time. Got to a couple of goal lead.
Yep.
The Dogs kicked the last couple of goals, and then proceeded to kick the next 5 and 10 minutes in the last quarter. Game looked absolutely shot, 34 points up, and Carlton in 8 minutes nearly hit the front. They got to within 3 points. It was a rip. I was at my uncle's place. My dad's got a Footscray supporting brother, and his brother-in-law, my uncle, is a Carlton supporter, and they yelled at the TV like morons. For the last 30 minutes. It was wonderful.
So I'll confess I did not watch that game. I think I might actually go back and watch the highlights after hearing that. Yeah, I did hear Charlie
one of the best games of the season. Yeah.
Charlie DUI when I'm 18 years old. Kono kicked 7 goals apparently. I have to say I hate the prick. And just like I hate everything else to do with Carlton, they shouldn't be a team anymore.
And just on... footballers behaving, doing the wrong thing. Of course, there was Jaden Stevenson, whose $36 in bets has cost him about 90 grand in match payments and fines.
And 20 grand in fine. It's
Yeah,
just
holy
unbelievable.
crap.
Apparently, it was influence. Somebody found out about it in the club and told him, "You need to."
I might be completely wrong, but I think it was
I heard it was Jeremy Howe.
Yeah, Jeremy Howe.
Yeah. Has come up and
apparently
he basically dogged a mate, from what I'm seeing.
The story I heard was Jaden Stevenson was in the club rooms, they were just having a bit of banter, and he said something along the lines of, one of my teammates cost me my multi.
Oh, wow.
And Jeremy Howe strongly suggested to Jaden that Jaden should turn himself in. And that was about 2 weeks ago. And as soon as that happened, Jaden went to the footy manager and told the footy manager, who straight away apparently told the AFL, who let Jaden play for the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
So they're having a great run, the AFL.
Yeah, they're on fire. Yeah, I think there will be some serious questions asked around the leadership at the moment.
You reckon? But you know what, though? I don't.
He's so highly regarded, though. So, Gil McLachlan was approached by Liverpool once.
I know.
And that did they've approached him twice now.
Did it?
Yeah.
And I will say one thing. I don't necessarily like him or think he's doing a great job. It doesn't really bother me because I don't think it's just him. Yeah, it's for one thing. The AFL have a committee, like a board that adjudicates over all that kind of like he has to answer to them. I mean, probably
Richard Goyder,
probably point a few fingers at them.
Would have expected more from the current chairman being Richard Goyder.
Yeah,
newly appointed. So I'd be hoping he does more. He actually, come to think of it, he's a little bit absent from what I.
Well, you don't hear about the committee. You don't hear about him at all, really. I mean,
and considering Goyder being the ex-Wesfarmers CEO, one of the biggest, most high-profile jobs in Australia. And you don't hear him all of a sudden.
You hear about club presidents more than what you hear, and he should be around.
He should be the first in the limelight,
or at least someone from the. If not him, then someone from the committee has to be the face of it and come out more on this. I mean, I think the thing is, I mean, I know nothing about management at a high level, such as the AFL CEO, but it does seem weird. He's always on his own. He's always the one to face the music. I mean, surely someone's got to take a little bit of the heat off the poor guy in these situations. Be a bit of a...
At that stage, because when I remember Demetriou being the CEO, I saw McLachlan a bit then. He'd come out around the tanking scandal. It was McLachlan who was talking about it, not Demetriou, which says maybe he's a bit of a micromanager and he's trying to do too much.
But is that maybe that was his role back then? I mean, does Steve Hawking get involved with stuff like that? I mean, he's
much from he
did create the new rules.
He created new rules and all that stuff, but still, you don't really hear from Steve Hawking. You still hear from Gil.
Anyway, I don't.
Has he chosen to be the sole face? Is that a strategic decision?
Maybe.
To keep everybody else out of the limelight, so
he's
they can
taking a bit of a hit for the team. Maybe. Maybe he's just really fucking shit at his job.
Oh, that too.
Maybe he's just that. Maybe it is fucking over his head.
Well, they didn't hire me, so I'd say they're pretty stupid.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I mean.
So
I'd hire for the AFL CEO-ship. Yeah,
not the CEO job, just the job there in general.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Didn't even give me a fucking interview. So I was more than qualified for that.
We'll wrap up on the AFL. We'll do the tips for this week because the game's going... And that was another thing too. He kept saying that the game's in great shape and it's the best it's ever been. I would argue against that highly. Yeah. I mean, we've got people climbing up goalposts. There's there's a score review system failure every week.
That doesn't work, yeah.
I mean, the fans don't necessarily love the look of the game.
Yeah, we're getting very frustrated. The game is getting a lot harder to watch.
But we still love it.
We still love it. I don't know, but a lot of people, I'm getting the sense, starting to get frustrated. So I know people who watch it out of loyalty, not out of
even going to the footy, even going to the footy is now a subject of debate.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
It used to be a place where you could, vent your stress by yelling at a poor
yeah, that's it.
cunt in the middle of it.
Yeah, a bald maggot.
Yeah.
No, a bald flog.
Bald green maggot.
Yeah.
And now we can't even do that. So
I know. First they took away the colour.
Yep.
And the green maggot doesn't even make sense. I mean,
yeah.
you know,
it was the white
maggots
maggot.
were white. And
So now we just have to keep...
We'll wrap it up. We'll go to our tips for the week.
Yep, so what are matches?
Well, we'll have a bit of a... What did we get last week?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm pretty sure I completely fucked up and did not... I tipped mine about 3 weeks in advance.
Yes.
And I've not touched them since. So I did not expect to do very well at all.
Well, me and you were...
Joint last, I assume, but I could be wrong.
No, actually, we're equal second in a group of 5.
Ah.
So a mate of ours is... he was well ahead and then he got 1. 2 weeks
he
ago,
got
so
1.
We won't out him on here.
Yeah, fair enough. He knows who he is and he can suffer that shame in silence.
Yes, yeah, got 1. I'm going to blow a big lead, it looks like. You also haven't done your tips, and there is a game tonight.
There's a game tonight?
But anyway, we'll do our tips for the... Yes, there's Essendon and West Coast.
Okay, give me a sec, because I am
Which
going
is
to
on
do
right now,
my tips.
Which you probably can't even do.
You
lost it. And you got Essendon as the away team.
Oh, great.
Good luck with that.
Right, so, I'm going to quickly log in and do my tips live in a first... This is live tipping. This is living life to the extreme right now. You haven't lived until you've tipped.
All right. So JJ has his phone out. I can vouch for this. He's doing his tips live.
Live. Okay. So the first match, I can't tip on. So what a great start this is.
Oh, we haven't seen the score. Who would you have tipped? West Coast and Essendon.
Oh yeah, West Coast. Pope shit in the woods.
Yes. Sydney and Hawthorn, who are you going?
Sydney at the SCG. I also, on our tipping app here, we have the live odds. I usually just pick the favourite. Now I've just revealed my great secret to everybody, but the market knows best.
Well, the great secret.
So I've picked Sydney for that.
Pretty close odds in the next one. Melbourne and Freo at the G.
At the G. I'm going Melbourne. I'm going to give us some hope.
Yeah, I went Melbourne.
But I don't have any. We've also lost Jake Lever after 1 week. So we put Jake Lever in.
How long's he out for now?
I don't know. He's got a sore foot. So
damn.
We've put him right back in. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
What did you pay for Jack Lever? What did you give up?
We gave away 2 first-round picks.
Wow, that's been helpful.
So we've given up that. We rushed him back. Like, fuck yeah, Jake Lever's here. We're gonna stem the bleeding, and he's out already. However, May stayed in. So
collegiation, he didn't fill the gap.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Very well.
No, it's not really that type of player. We got one of the
No?
other players coming in. Harrison Petty will be making his second appearance.
You have a lot of guys who shouldn't be AFL footballers. I
was going to say, same can be said about North.
yeah.
All right, the next match, St Kilda versus Brisbane. Now, this is actually a pretty tough one in my mind.
St Kilda keep defying the odds. They keep picking up wins.
Brisbane are good, but Brisbane aren't good away from the Gabba.
Yeah, and they lost to Carlton at Marvel 2 weeks ago, and they're back there again against a better side.
I'm actually going to go with the Saints.
I went for Brisbane, but yeah, they'll be very close, I think.
Next one should be pretty fucking cut and dry. Port, I don't care what people say. Port are pretty shit. Geelong are looking good.
I've gone for Port.
Wow. Well, you're wrong.
I go for one upset.
You can rub that one in my face next week.
My great secret is I go for one upset a week.
Yep.
So the most likely upset. And
one?
I'm looking at it now and I'm like, nah, probably isn't. But that's the one I've chosen as the most likely upset.
Well, it is, as far as the odds go, or the market is saying, that one would be a bigger upset because it's 147 to 273.
No, but that's what I mean. I'm going for the closest game I'd flip on its head.
Oh, well,
so in that case, I should have gone Melbourne Freo.
Yeah.
But without looking at the odds, I thought that would have been the closer game. So that's the one I've gone for.
Yeah, well.
So Yeah, I'm probably going to get that one wrong, but you never know. I mean,
you never know.
Look, it's one upset of the week, so
it is at Adelaide.
and it has worked for me. It has worked for me forever.
Yeah.
So
that's a very long time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I was here in 1897 when the league started, my friend. Yeah.
And the final game, Western Bulldogs versus Collingwood. I will be going for Collingwood on that one. However, I won't be putting any money on it.
Yeah, no, I think Collingwood comfortably.
I would just want to check the Collingwood players' bookies.
Oh, yes.
Check any bets have been made.
Yes, no, that's a good point. Now that Jaden isn't playing, he's going to have a lot of time on his hands.
He's going to be so good at reading those markets.
Oh, mate, he's going to have that form guide out, like circling stuff. Oh, unbelievable.
Jeremy Howe, Mark of the Year.
Yeah, Mark of the Year.
I like those odds.
So, yeah, Jaden's a bit of a dickhead, really. Like,
it's
what would you do that for?
Well, he's young. That's all he had. That's the only excuse he gets. I mean, Dane Swan pretty much created a fucking disabled cunt at 21. So, people fuck up.
So that's it for the AFL. We'll go on
to the World Cup. So Australia won 4-1 unconvincingly. It's the most unconvincing 4-1 win you will ever see. We've won 4-1. Sam Kerr, our machine, our golden child, who seriously fucking amazing player, scored 4 goals.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
It still didn't look good.
No, that got opened up a few times. They're playing, like we said, they're playing so high up. A lot of space behind their defence, and Jamaica, with playing on the counter attack, looked like they had a quickish side. And maybe I'm doing a bit of Jeff Kenneth stereotyping the Jamaicans.
Yeah, just racial profiling them.
They didn't have a bobsled, but yeah, she went nuts. She scored 4 goals, and we actually finished second.
Yes.
Which, apparently, we avoid the French on home soil.
But we still have to play.
We have to play Norway.
At this stage, there's not going to be any free lunches, so we really need to get our shit together, as we're going to be fucked.
Yeah. Look,
from what I've heard, it's amazing that we've kind of gone backwards from here. Australia, we beat some very good teams very convincingly in a mini tournament. And then we sacked that coach. And
ridiculously
there's a bit of a
coach.
Mystery around this. I know we got Ante Milic, however you say his name, and things aren't looking as good. However, when you've got that type of strike power in Sam Kerr, Lisa Varner, and all these other players, top-tier, world-class players, anything can happen. So it reminds me of Portugal. The team's pretty solid, but you got that one superstar who can just turn it down.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, she can, as long as you have her playing well and on form and fit, then anything can happen. You just get it down to it. I don't think she's necessarily one to score. I think she feeds off. If you give her a chance, she'll score. But I don't know if she's creating that many chances herself.
Yeah.
But I think that they can make a semi. I can't see them winning it.
The way they're looking, the way they looked against Jamaica, I can't see them winning it. I really hope we do.
Well, quick look at the world ranking. Norway are 14th and we're 6th. So you think you'd think that we should be able to get through.
So one thing I'm excited about with the Women's World Cup, and especially the Matildas, the Australian team, is they have something I think the Australians men's teams has never had. Just that out-and-out striker.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's something Australia... We had Big Dukes who could... But he still held up the ball, created some link-up play, but we've never had that X-factor.
I'm an Everton fan, and the reason why I'm an Everton fan was because I love getting up and watching Tim Cahill, and it was amazing to see Tim Cahill be just a box-to-box midfielder for Everton, running up and down the pitch, and at a show because we didn't have a striker after Mark Viduka. He had a players one.
Yeah.
And it's just we lost so much as a national team because we didn't have him in the midfield.
Kiel had that bit of class. Kiel had the bit of class. Dukes had the goal finishing. But we've never really had that out-and-out striker who just bangs in goals for fun.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing. What Australia is really good at making are those box-to-box, really hard-working players. But they're not spectacular. They do their job. And really good goalkeepers. Fucking amazing goalkeepers. So.
And we'll go onto keeping the theme of the World Cup, so the Cricket World Cup.
Yeah.
And Julian, you said it well at the start. Before we went on air.
Yeah, so Cricket World Cup, at the moment, nobody gives a fuck about it because it's not the business end. Like, right now, it's just
pretty much covers it.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, David Warner, cheater, fuck him.
Cheater. Yeah, cheating cunt. Sandpapering cricket balls. No, that wasn't actually him, though, was it? That was
it wasn't. Yeah.
No, the low dog just convinced the poor young man to do it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll get back to cricket when it becomes important, which is probably the last 4 games.
Yeah. I mean, we understand that such superpowers as Bangladesh and Afghanistan are at the moment still in the competition, but you can't cover everything. We went on for way too long last week.
Yep.
And fuck the cricket at the moment.
All right, next thing.
All right. Well, we'll go on to a quick. Another thing that we probably like talking about this more than the Cricket World Cup because we're really into the soccer.
Yep.
Or the football.
The football.
And that's the transfers, but unfortunately there hasn't really been many.
Oh, that hasn't at the moment. I know Real Madrid have bought a couple players, so obviously we've covered it for 3 fucking weeks in a row now, but they've bought Hazard. They did the unveiling of Hazard where 60,000 people showed up.
Yeah, I love these.
60,000 people to just see a cunt put on a fucking top.
I remember the first time I ever took notice was when David Beckham went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, he went to Real Madrid.
And I remember he got like thousands, crazy, just for unveiling.
So, I know Real Madrid have already spent $340 million on 5 new players. And they haven't even opened the transfer market yet. So they bought Eden Hazard, as we've covered extensively now. They bought a player called Luka Jovic, who comes from Eintracht Frankfurt. He's a 21-year-old Serbian, and he's got a head like a fucking brick shithouse. They got a player called...
Only a smile a mother could love?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's just... He's actually got a pretty powerful head.
Okay, so I got you.
Yeah, he looks like a big cunt.
Looks like the Russian from the Rocky Front.
Yeah, look, here's a photo of him.
Oh, wow, he actually does.
Yeah, he looks like Ivan Drago.
Again, I'm going to stereotype in the spirit of Jeff.
Yeah.
If you looked at him, you'd guess he was Serbian.
Yeah.
Very square head.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They've bought who else? They've bought Hazard, Jovic, who's a striker, Eder Milito, who I have no idea about, Ferland Mendy, and Rodrigo Goes. So let's see if I can find more about these players. We also know...
We're doing research on the run tonight.
Oh, yeah.
This is how committed we are to this. I also don't know how many followers or viewers we've had. We got 17 in the first week.
17?
We got 7 people on SoundCloud and 10 on YouTube.
Wow, that's actually impressive.
But it doesn't actually say that people stuck around. I mean, a view or a listen could be like the first 20 seconds.
That's
people
a very good
what
point.
Is this rubbish?
Yeah,
switch off.
Never again.
Get a view.
All right, so let's see. Eder Milito. What the fuck's he do? Eder Milito. He plays as a central defender or a right back, so he's a real defensive. They've added some defensive duties there. Let's have a look. Ferland Mendy, Real Madrid. Ferland Mendy, what's he play? Left back. So they've had a bit of defense. You got that creativity up front with Hazard, and then you got a square head to just fucking nail him right in Jovic. So Nice. 340 million
340
euros.
million. You'd want quality for 340
Well,
million.
Real Madrid.
That's like 5 players, so that's like 60 million a player.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking money.
About 70 million a player. Oh, that's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we understand Paul Pogba wants to go back to Juve.
Yeah, he's the Suki Lala himself is sick of United. First, he got the manager sacked.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't like the new manager, so he's off.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Pogba's a good player. It'd be good to just see him at a place where he can actually play.
Yeah, but I like watching him play, so I'm a bit annoyed that he's leaving the Premier League.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. it did keep United down a little bit, which I was happy for.
Yeah. Because he wasn't playing very well.
So a lot has been made that Tottenham made the Champions League final last year, and they bought no players. Which is amazing.
Which is not for the first year either.
Yeah. So
they bought no one last year.
Yeah. And they didn't. I can't say they signed no players. They signed on. I think it was on a free. They signed Lucas.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't sign many, and they've only really signed like 1 or 2 over the last couple of seasons.
It's pretty amazing, commendable what they've done, in that they've built through their youth system.
Yeah.
I mean, and I suppose that's the thing. Do they have another 1 or 2 coming through? I mean,
could be possible.
It doesn't seem like they're good youngsters leave for other big clubs. They seem to stay and
So the question I'd have,
through the system. So, and who knows who they've actually got?
Like you got players like Winks, Trippier, and all these other players. But the question I'd have coming from this is, if they could buy somebody, who should they buy in order to actually compete? Because their team seems so balanced.
Yeah, well, they actually they offered Everton Danny Rose for Luca Digne.
Okay.
And we laughed. Not going to happen.
Yeah, because even if you put more attacking flair, I think Harry Kane's one of the best just out poachers in the entire entire Europe.
And he's got support. I think it's their midfield.
Yeah, I feel like the midfield.
Dyer doesn't he seems like a good player, but not like.
Yeah,
maybe not a Dutch.
You got Sissoko's pretty solid.
You got
actually, you got Dele Ali's in the midfield.
But he's more of an attacking player.
You probably need your solid central midfielder with that creativity.
That's and even like a defensive type of midfield as well. I don't think they really. Who's their centre back?
They got Toby Alderweireld and some other guy. I think they could do with another centre back as well.
I mean it's a wonderful team, but I wonder if it's not
an EPL.
City just have so much depth.
So
they can, one player comes in, another player comes out, and they don't lose anything.
Yeah, and then you even got Liverpool. So Liverpool as well, looking to try win their EPL. So the rumour mill, this is a big rumour if it actually goes through, is Kylian Mbappe, the PSG fucking wonder kid. And this kid, Kylian Mbappe, is close to one of the best players in Europe now.
Yeah.
He's nuts. So for him to go...
He absolutely started the World Cup. It was wonderful for France.
It would cost at least 150 million euros, I imagine.
I'll tell you what, if they did get him, I mean, him, Salah...
Oh, Jesus.
Firmino...
It'd be a better strike force. It'd almost be a better strike force than Messi, Neymar, and Suarez.
Do you reckon?
It will be close to
Neymar and Messi alone.
Yeah, but Mbappe and Salah would get it close.
Yeah.
It's just Firmino.
Who's the third one? Firmino?
Firmino versus Suarez. It would rival them. Like, it'd be the best attack force in the Premier League by a
City's ain't bad either.
City's is super strong, but it's not.
Yeah.
Mbappe is just that good.
Yeah.
Mbappe is better than Aguero at the moment.
Yeah, and Sterling, maybe.
Yeah, but
who had a cracking season.
The biggest thing would be the cohesion. So I think City's cohesion is just
they're
fucking
a machine.
Next level.
They
just just know where their runs are coming from. They just know.
And that's what we were actually talking earlier. Like, how did Tottenham I can't see them catching City.
I
don't
can't
see
see
them catching
anybody like Chelsea could, but they have the transfer ban now.
Yeah, they've got it too, which are appealing. I think it's but they get it. They get like Kurt Zuma back. They get a few others back
From
loans and stuff.
Yeah,
so
they don't need that.
they've got a few players coming in. They lose Hazard.
Fuck, what are they going to do with all that fucking money?
Yeah.
We sold Hazard. We got 100 million euros.
And of course, the other one is Aubameyang, who's apparently been courted by United, which makes sense for Arsenal, because Arsenal need the money. They don't. Kroenke keeps his hands in
players.
But they don't want to. Apparently, they've got 30 million to spend on transfers, which is so good luck.
I would spend if I was Arsenal, all of that on the best defender you can possibly get. Because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Them losing
Aubameyang, man, you'd think like 70 million.
Something like that. But I'd personally try to keep... Their strike force was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
If you can get that one player to patch the hole, you do it.
You could buy 2 or 3 players that you really need with 100 mil rather than 30.
Yeah, but that attacking talent's hard to come by.
Yeah. You've got Lacazette still.
Yeah. But
who's just as good, nearly.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking good.
And look, both of them together were fucking amazing. I'd be happy with either of them. So maybe that's their thinking. Maybe they think that they can just go with one.
Yeah.
For the whole year.
Yeah, it'll be
and
tough.
Then they can strengthen other parts of the squad that really need it.
You're a risk of injury though. That would be the big thing.
Yeah,
soft tissue.
They're the only ones that are capable, in my opinion, of catching Spurs this year.
Yeah, they actually are.
And I think that's it, because we've covered just about everything. We've gone 32 minutes this week, which isn't too bad.
Not unlike last week.
And JJ.
Yep.
Our famous outro, rather.
Yeah, if you don't like it, fuck off.